Right, so now that we have our rims, spokes, tires talked about, but next very important part is the hubs. This is what connects your wheel to the bike, so it's pretty important. Some of the characteristics of the hub will already be decided due to your bike. So your overall length you need, and the way the hub is attached to your bike. So here's one I have another bike. As you can see, both flanges are actually different diameters, so this is important when you're putting in your values into the calculator. You can see, I'll just take the skewer out. You can see the overall length. This is the center point. You can see the flanges are off-centered a little bit. This is mostly because it's a rim brake, disc brake. So to leave room for the discs, this flange had to be pushed over slightly. So it's important to know the distance from center to the flange. This here is for 6-bolt disc brake, so bolt on there. There are other options. So my new bike has what's called a center lock. So you see the disc brake actually goes onto the center lock, and then it's screwed. There's a lock nut screw that goes over this, keeps it in place. So as I said, the axle type you need to be aware of. It's going to be governed by the frame of your bike. The new bike is a 12mm through axle. This hub here is a 9mm through axle. It's possible to get 15 or even a 20mm through axle, but they're more downhill mountain bike territory. You probably wouldn't need that in a road bike or even a gravel bike. You can get different widths, so beware of that. They're not all the same width. There's what's known in mountain bike world, they're called boost hubs. So they're wider for where they are. Obviously the more stable they're going to be. So just be aware of that. On a normal road bike, it's 100mm in front, boost is 110, and back is 142mm, boost is 148. So just be aware that they're not all the same. Just be careful. Brake type. So as I was saying, there's two different types of brake type. So you have your center lock interface and your 6-bolt interface. I reckon the benefits of the center lock is it's quite easy to replace and repair. Even if you want to take the bike apart to give it a service, you just unscrew the center lock and off it comes. Or this one with 6 bolts, it's going to be a bit longer. Just can't really see it being a big issue. The bearings within the hub is obviously important. If the bearing is sticky, then obviously you're going to waste power. However, there are brands out there, Ceramic Speed, and they're literally, you can see here, it's a brand new hub. So I'm holding this and it doesn't spin freely. This is just the grease within the bearings that are kind of gunking it up, for lack of a better word. And once you're on the bike with the weight behind it, you won't feel that it runs freely. Ceramic Speed bearings, if I held it like that, it would just keep spinning. As I said, there has been tests done. I've checked it out on YouTube, and the benefits are really insignificant. I still wouldn't rule out Ceramic Speed bearings due to their longevity. They will last probably 10 times longer. That's why I'd be interested in them, not really for the performance gains, which are, as I say, pretty insignificant. What material you need for your hub? Most hubs are made out of aluminium. You can get steel hubs, but obviously they're a lot heavier. Lightweight carbon fibre hubs are an option too, but they obviously will be a lot more money. What free hub should you get? Okay, so the free hub not only holds the gear cassette onto the hub, but it also allows you to freewheel when you ride. Then as you pedal, the free hub engages and pulls inside, and power is transferred onto the wheel. This here is your hub on the rear wheel. This here is your free hub. Within the rear hub shell are ridges, or the paws, the spring-loaded arms that catch the ridges when you pedal of the free hub slot into. These paws are set at the same angle as the ridges. When you pedal, these paws catch the ridges and transfer all the power into the wheel. When you freewheel, these paws can push in and flick over each other. This is what gives you the distinct sound when you freewheel. This is the paws actually going up and down, slapping against the ridges of the inside the free hub. You can get a 3-paw, a 4-paw, even a 3-paw with notches inside. The idea of more paws increases your power of engagement. So if you can see here, like there's an area there where I'm not getting any go. So you mightn't think it's much there. It's only what There'll be only a mil there before it clicks into the next pawl. Listen. Okay, so there's a mil there, but if you can imagine, if this goes out to the diameter of the wheel, this 1 mil here could be 10 mil or even 40 mil up here. Okay, so it's important to have that as close as possible. So when you start to pedal straight away, there's no lag. And of course, the sound of the pause can really make a big difference. Me personally, I don't like a really noisy one. I have a hope wheel set there, and God, it's noisy. Let me just slow. When you put that against my road bike, oops, you know, it's a lot quieter, which I love. Like most things these days, obviously I was talking about pawls slipping into ridges there, but there are other ways free hubs works. Maverick's rear hub works the same way, only opposite. Instead of having the paws on the free hub, they have the paws in the hub, and the ridges are actually on the free hub. So same thing, only opposite way around. DT Swiss have decided to do something different altogether, where they have two rings that are identical to each other that rub against each other. So they've got ridges on the inside and ridges on the outside to slide over one another. Obviously when you pedal one way, they engage. They're very effective. Chris King have their own type, and Zip have their own type too, which Zip have a magnetic free hub. This means you don't have any friction at all, so you just, the benefit of that is that you freewheel further. Although I don't know how significant that would be. There are even more types than that, which, look, there's no point in going on and on. Research what you want. It's not really an important part of it. Get the sound you want, get the lengths you want, the diameters, be obscure, and that's all you really need. So the skewer of the bike is the part that holds the hub onto the wheel, onto the frame. These normally come with the bike, not always. So even if they do come with the bike, you can upgrade them to titanium or carbon if you want. Just let you know there's an option out there to upgrade if you need to. Just change the colour, find what you want. And of course, if you're using tyres, you're going to need to keep air in them. So obviously tubes, get your old reliable tubes, or you can use tubeless and use tyre sealant. So you're going to need like a sealant that goes around. If you make your own wheel set, you're going to need proper tubeless tape to go around the inside here. That's to block the holes that were there for lacing up your wheel. First of all, it has to be tubeless rim, tubeless tape, tubeless tyre. You're going to need valves for obviously putting the air into the wheel. So these just sit into the rim, and you pump up your tyre like normal. So that will get you away. Even though I'm going to go tubeless, I think I always carry a tube with me just in case something goes wrong. I always have a tube with you just to get you home. There are lightweight options. Hope you never have to use them. I think they're called Tubelitos. So check them out. And they're ultra lightweight latex tubes, and so you can carry them with you and hope you never need them. And that's really it. Hope this helps you choose the right wheel for you.